Most people don't think manifestations work because they're trying for things before they build the trust in themselves, before they build the belief in themselves. If you don't believe in manifestation and you go for it, you are going to try way too hard. You're going to send all the wrong energy and it's not going to work right. So what you need to do then is try a short-term one. Something that's not this big life-changing thing, because in order to change your life, it doesn't happen in one day, honey. It happens over time. It gives you this piece by this piece by this piece to create this big end game at the end. Like the finale is going to be this. You already know it's going to be this, but it took a whole season to get there because they have this happen, this happen, this happen, and it correlates everything to get you to this point. But when you don't understand it, you don't have the trust yet. And that vibration, that trust, that belief in this world to deliver is what's going to allow you to get bigger things and to dream bigger and to think bigger and to know and to trust. So what you got to do then is do something that's not going to be like I said, a life-changing thing. It's got to be something that's coming up within the next couple weeks, week, day, month, tops. And it's only going to be something that you want to create a certain outcome with. I'm going to give you a little example. A few years ago, I wanted to get my medical card, right? And I don't go to the doctor much because I'm always healthy. So I don't have a main doctor, nothing like that. And I got a name from a friend of who I can call. And I'd had the name for 2 weeks, right? And the only thing I kept doing is saying to myself, I hope that works for you. Thank you. You're welcome. That's it. I didn't try to picture what they were going to look like. I didn't try to do anything like that. I said, this was going to be my end game. I hope that works for you. Thank you. You're welcome. That's it. So then one day I'm driving because I was a hairstylist then. And I had just had a cancellation for the next day for a 2-hour appointment from 1 to 3, right? And now as I'm driving to go to work, lunch, I have the random impulse at this time when I don't even have my appointment book on me or anything to call the clinic. So I called the clinic and I asked if I can get in this with this doctor. And she said, yeah, actually, we just had a cancellation for tomorrow at 1:30. Would that work? Otherwise, it'll be off in July, which would have been like 3 months from then. And I was like, no, tomorrow would work perfect. So I go there and I get there. And when I was explaining to the doctor, he goes, well, who referred you to me? And so I gave him my friend's name. He's like, no. I'm like, talking to about what doctor? And I was like, I don't have a fucking regular doctor. He's like, well, how did you get here? He's internal medicine. You need to get a referral to get to him. You don't just jump straight there. But I did. I certainly did. And I followed my right impulse at my right time to get there. So then we go through and we're talking blah, 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 blah. He's about to leave, right? He goes and he puts his hand on the door handle and he turns around and he says, well, I hope that works for you. And I said, thank you. He said, you're welcome. And I was like, motherfucker. Yeah. So when you do something like that and you don't sway from it, you just live in it. Then you follow your impulses. You don't do it until you have that urge, that feeling, that impulse to do it, because otherwise you're forcing it. It is aligning the right time. It wouldn't have worked if I would have called the day before. It had been 3 months out and we had to do all this stuff. But this way, the lady that called, I guess didn't know better or just didn't think about it. Don't know. But all these things, I just jumped through all these hoops without even knowing it and got my end result the exact way I want. So when you start doing this, you start building this certainty in you because you're like, I can create the result. I can create how this ends. And then you practice that and that belief builds in you, that trust builds in you. And that is all you're looking for because that vibration says, oh, now you're just going to dream big and think big. And you're not going to question how long it's going to take. You're not anything because you're like, the longer it takes, the more that goes into it. Okay, it's making me become this. There's more that I do this. Everything is going to align at the perfect time. If it all came in at once, what the fuck would you do the next day? Like, you want it to come in this perfect aligned timing. You want to feel the difference of aligning with it. You want to know you did it when it was done. Because that's what real creation is. It is a creation of the belief system in you to know that you can have absolutely anything in this life. So let me know how it goes.